Hey, good morning everyone. Welcome to Swift Programming for Beginners. I'm Kodasha, and in this lesson we're going to talk about dictionaries. As before, the first thing I need you to do is to go to repl.it/languages/swift. So the topics we're going to cover today is what dictionaries are and how to perform dictionary operations. So let's get started. So in the last lesson, you learned about arrays. So an array is an unordered list. In the last lesson, you learned about arrays. An array is an ordered list. You access each array element using its index. Now, a dictionary uses key-value pairs. It is unordered. Let's show you what a dictionary looks like. So the example I'm going to use is a contact list. So you'd have the key and the value. So everyone has contact lists in their phone. You probably have a person's name and the person's phone number. By the way, this is not actually my phone number. Don't call this number seriously. You're going to seriously annoy the person who owns this number. Okay. So here are the keys. These are the values. So the way a dictionary works is that I give you a key and then I'll get a value. Let's see how to create one in Swift. Right. This is called a key-value pair. You can see the key is a string. The value is also a string. Keys have to be unique. All keys have to be of the same type. All values have to be of the same type, but the key and the value not necessarily need to be of the same type. So I can have a key of string and a value of integer, for instance. Let's run this and see what happens. Okay. So note that even though when I create this dictionary, I started with Shah, when I print it out, I get Akhil. This is because dictionaries are unordered. Now, just like with arrays, you can get the number of items in the dictionary by using the count keyword. So there are 2 items. I can check to see whether the dictionary is empty by using the isEmpty keyword. So in this case, isEmpty is false. Now let's see how we can add new items to the dictionary. So to add a new item to the dictionary, you provide a key and assign a value. So I'm going to copy this so that it is before the print statement. So you can see now there are 3 items in the dictionary, and the key Jane has the value 02256788987. Now anytime I want to access a dictionary element, I just provide a key and I will get the value. So if I wanted Jane's phone number, that's what I would do. Oops, something went wrong. Okay. So the reason why this is because there's a possibility I can provide a key that does not actually exist inside the dictionary. So I'm just going to force unwrap this and see what happens. Yep, I get the value here. I can also assign a new value to a key. So now you can see I've given Shah a new phone number. See how that works out. Yep, so we got the new phone number there. So to remove an item from the dictionary, we just basically assign nil to an existing key. So you can see there are only 2 items in the dictionary now. If you need to retain the value that you have removed, then you can use remove value for key and assign the result to a variable. So let's modify this line. Okay. So what this does is that it goes into the dictionary, it gets the value for Shah, it assigns it to all value. So when I print contact list, I should get Akil and Jane, and the phone number for Shah should also be printed out. Okay, same issue as just now. Let's force unwrap. Okay. Now, one thing that you can do is instead of force unwrapping, as you recall, if you do force unwrap, you're going to make it crash if it does not have a value. So you can actually assign I can't quite remember the operator for the nil coalescing. That's okay. If I remember, I will put it in the comments. But you can use the nil coalescing operator. See when I run this, does it come up? Okay, don't worry, I'll put it in the comments of this video, how to put in the nil coalescing operator. For now, let's just move on. Okay, so we have that, we have the old value. And the last thing that we're going to look at is how to iterate. The last thing that we're going to look at is how to iterate over a dictionary. So you can see I'm using a for loop here. Right? That should be this. Okay, let's see if that works. Yep, you can see that works. So in the for loop, I can get a temporary variable for the name, which is the key, temporary variable for the value, and it just goes through every item in the dictionary. So with that, we come to the end of the lesson. So in this lesson, you learned about dictionaries and how to perform operations on them. In the next lesson, we're going to talk about classes. It's going to be a kind of a long lesson, but with all you've learned up to now, I'm sure that you're able to do this. And that's one of the nice things about videos. You can just basically play them back over and over until you get it. So I'll see you again on Thursday to talk about classes. Stay safe and take care. Bye.